Hey everybody, Guan Yu here, and welcome to your first hour or so of Wartales. Now, Wartales is an interesting kind of open world, I guess, what would you call it? You call it a game where a tactical turn-based game, but you're trying to survive with your little band of crew. If you ever played Band of Brothers, very similar game. This has updated graphics, obviously, so it's a little bit more interesting. Now, it's still in early access, so things are going to change, but hopefully this will kind of give you a good primer on how the game's played. So we're going to do a new game, and you get to kind of choose what your initial group is. If you role play it, you can do it that way. If you want to min-max it, you can do something in the middle. So it tells you what all the bonuses and stuff does if you hover over them. If for some reason you're against that, you just want to role play it, you can just read it. Say, who are your companions? Your apprentice friends looking for adventure, your men escorting merchants who have lost their employer, deserters fleeing an abusive captain, young farmers looking for a better life, or bandits looking to escape the guard. Now, each of these carries with it some bonuses and some negative. First, it affects your starting companions. You see, we get a swordsman, archer, ranger, brute. Here we get a swordsman, warrior, spearman, brute. Swordsman, archer, ranger, brute, the same as the first one. Brute, spearman, archer, which is interesting. Never tried that comp before. And a brute, ranger, archer. In addition, you get bonuses. Influence plus 30, but companions experience minus 30. Crowns plus 150, minus 1 medicine. Companions experience and suspicion goes up. So what do we want here? What do we want for our initial group? And each class, as you see, is going to have some different abilities that go along with it, and I kind of like I've never tried this. I kind of like the young farmers looking for a better life. We get 2 spearmen, a brute, and an archer. Now the spearmen are not super strong at first, but once they hit like level 3 or so, they start getting pretty strong. And the archer, same thing. Like, they can be pretty I guess lackluster until they start being able to control the battlefield better with their maneuvers. But that's what the spearman and the archer do really well, is they can control the battlefield. So we're going to start that. I'm going to say we're going to look at young farmers looking for a better life. This gives us a little more extra bread. Not a big deal. Actually, plus 10 bread is a lot. And we lose a few crowns, so we'll take that. Now our companions are used to long walks, are cunning fighters, so incredible resilience, excellent stop games, or enjoy being one with nature. This is plus 2 happiness in forest, crit damage increase, constitution increase, experience gains, and reduces the speed which the troops fatigue stacks. So I'm going to say, since we're farmers, we can either do resilience or used to long walks, and we'll do resilience. I don't think it matters too much. This con plus 10% probably equals 2 to 3 points of con per person, which isn't a whole lot, but whatever. Our flaw will be well, we're farmers, so we're going to say that we're eternally dissatisfied, because that's what farmers are. Now you get a chance to change things up. The starting region here of Tiltrine is probably the best one. It's a little more balanced, I think. Everything's a little central located. I'm going to go for a little bit more of a challenge here. We're going to do the Vertruse province in the kingdom of Gothenburg. And we're going to change the difficulty up a bit. Save mode to normal. Is Iron Man even... Okay, so they did increase. This didn't used to exist. You had to do it yourself. Now, I'm not going to for one specific reason. There's still bugs in the game. So I usually play my games like I'm on Iron Man. That means I don't reload if somebody dies. But because of a bug or a certain thing that might happen with the early access game, I keep it as save as normal. So let's get going. And, okay, so they also changed this where you get to kind of change your starting group out a little bit as well. You can see we got our two spearmen, our brute, and our archers. So these guys are going to be more of our damage dealers. We're going to try to use him as more of a defender and some range damage as well. Let's take a look. Okay, so we get to kind of change their face and stuff, and change your face and your skills. I will say, so this person cannot change their weapon still, right? Yes. Weapons have, like, if we did this, we could change the starting weapon to more of an offensive weapon, but I do like having the defensive one here, so let's take a look at all of them. Aim is okay. Run is okay. Heal is okay. I'm going to take aim. They're the only person that could hit aim. What's he got? Let's do him with... I guess taunt is going to be good. It helps us to kind of... Since he's going to be the defender. Now these guys, I'm going to have one with Wrath, because I think Wrath does a lot of damage. And we're going to take one with Heal. Or First Aid, just because you're going to get a lot of... There's going to be a lot of statuses, a lot of poisons and bleeds. And if you can't get to somebody who's poisoning or bleeding, they're going to die real quick. Now, normally I like to have my First Aid on somebody who's more mobile, move around, high speed, can disengage, get out of there real quick. So this is going to be probably just my second guy. One more thing about, well, let's change all their stupid facial hair to get rid of it all. One more thing about people. Who is this? This is an Adam. This is an A-dubs right there. I'd say that is. Although A-dubs usually my healer, so let's name this. This will be D2. What? Has to be 3 letters? Well, that's a no. Dave 2. Adam over here's my healer. Let my defender be Dave 1. And our archer right here is Ron. Okay. So, sorry, Ron, I'm changing the name when I change it. Ron's no longer going to be a woman. That looks fine to me. We're going to get going. One thing we begin our adventure that we should say about customizing your characters is on hard, first time you play this game, people are going to die. And when they die forever. So you're going to lose people. And you just got to accept that. Accept it, move on, don't reload. The game that's much more fun when there's high stakes. I mean, play how you want to play, but... So give it a second reload here. Okay. At the beginning, the fresh scent of morning breeze filled with the delicate tang of nearby stables. A good old-fashioned tavern brawl where the furnishings made for perfect weapons. Born and raised in the countryside, your companions know the value of the simpler things in life. But to make it in this world, one must take risks and go far afield in search of fame and fortune. Just be careful not to lose that what value you value most along the way. That's to say, your shoes. Alright, so the game starts with this overworld map. You can rotate it with the right-click button here. You can see we already see a little town we haven't explored, and we got some mushrooms out here. So we are going to look at our inventory. Got some bread, some apples, some medicine, and some raw materials. And let's go over and grab this mushrooms before we head into town and take a look at our companions. We found Marheim. Get a little bit of knowledge for gaining this. Knowledge is used to unlock skills and such, which you'll see. Oops. Alright, so we're in Marheim. You can see the time is paused automatically, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, no it didn't. I will go ahead and pause it. Hey, you know what? This is new too. This didn't used to be here. This is a fatigue. That's nice, because one of the worst things about the early access before this existed was you could be just about ready to fight somebody, and then this ran out, and you get 30% reduction to all your stats. So I do pause it when I'm in town like this. You can't really see it down here, but it tells us our population and what they produce. Eventually, they'll probably flesh out the trading game a little bit better. But to begin the game, we're going. Oh, let's take a look at our groups. We got 5 people. We got Dave 2, Ron, Dave 1, A-dubs, and Pony. Now, Pony has a crappy name. We're going to immediately rename Pony to Battlecat. Pony's used to carry our stuff. You can see he has some consumption. That's how much food he eats each day. Same thing. Adam eats less than a pony, but they get paid a lot more, so we have to pay them every day as well. I think it's every 3 days or something like that. But anyways, let's take a look. So he's got high strength, high con, movement 10. He's a dex base, so dex base, movement 6. I hate that their movement is so bad, but high con. So he's got one of our defender. High willpower too. And Ibs gets the same. I think these two are basically identical, except for he's got plus 4 willpower because 5% chance of resisting poison, bleeding, and burning. So they all get these random traits as well. He got confident, willpower increased by 1. Tyrannical, Willpower increased by 2 as long as there are prisoners in your troop. Okay. I haven't used prisoners in a while, but I see no reason not to take one. Make him our cook. And he's clever. Earns 5% more experience. I don't love that one. It's fine. We don't have any professions we can assign. Oh, we do have Tinkerer. So we are going to want somebody with a Tinkerer. Give us a crit chance. Generally, I would like somebody who's more deals with crits for that. So we'll probably be moving out of that. But first, let's also go into the forge here. The first time you go to a place like this, you can't really buy a whole lot in these places. Ooh, we can buy, coal doesn't matter right now. This guy's used repair stuff, but when we touch the forge here, we learn a new profession, blacksmith. We can assign somebody with a blacksmith. So, blacksmith has the nice thing that it gives somebody a strength of +1. So I see no reason not to make Dave a temporary blacksmith. Strength +1. And you can assign other people different proficiencies as well, but so for now we'll just give them each that. And I see no reason not to give David too. They're all blacksmiths. Good job. You change these out at will. When you do, you lose all the experience you put into it, but for the time being they all get that temporary strength bonus. Don't think there's anything we can forge right now. We'll deal with forging once we get a little more raw materials. But the important thing was to get the blacksmith thing. Like similar, if we go to the apothecary, click on here. Now we have access to the alchemist proficiency. We can talk to this guy. So he's an adventure setup. So you're here to tell me to sell it? My answer is no. My uncle will be back soon. He went to study disease affecting the vineyards of Broker Aldemharm. This letter proves it. He asked me to join him there. If you're looking for work, I can do an escort. I will do that later. Looks like it increases. So each region has its own scenarios, and as you get, there's like 5 province scenarios that increase when you get through these to make yourself go through these. But yeah, this guy's okay. Anyways, that's part of we don't need to talk about that stuff yet. Now, what does it do to make somebody an apothecary? Dexterity +1. So we're going to want our bow guy to be an apothecary, right? Because he's going to want to be his dex +1. That increases damage. It increases. You can see this increases right here. So shoot 5 to 8 when he's an apothecary. Shoot 4 to 7 when he's not. Just by studying potions and such, he gets more damage. Okay, let's take out the market here. This Kirk has been screaming his heads off and clearing his cart. So this is where you can buy stuff. You can buy some basic wheat, some cloth. There's a couple more people over here to buy food from. I don't think I need to buy anything right now. Sometimes if you're turned, it can be hard to see this guy, but there are 2 vendor stalls here. This guy also sells food. I do think there's something here, but we're not going to worry about it yet. Let's go into the town hall just to talk to the mayor to get our quests that are here. Stench of dead rats has permeating everything. What are we going to do? And she says, oh my god, we're losing money. What are we going to do? So then we'll go into the Bear Tavern, which is the last thing we need to do. Check out this guy. He's the guy who can give us those scenario quests if we want. They cost 50 influence. We have 10. Otherwise, you can just walk around until you find it. I highly recommend you do that. This guy up here is where you get jobs. You can review the jobs. Let's see, is there any easy ones? Lafna's squad is easy, so we'll accept that. There's no benefit, or there's no down tick for not doing it. So. And we'll take a look at everybody. These are people that you can hire. You can inspect them first, of course. Now it's a civilian. What do? You just talk to me. Oh, there's a wolf. Sure. It tells that's for another quest. So there's only a couple people here. She is a ranger. I definitely would not mind hiring her. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. Another spearman. And another archer. So this person is one I like. She's strong. Strength increase, which does nothing for dex-based weapons, but what are you going to do? Fortunately, she's a little too expensive, I believe. Oh, come on, go back. Yep, we need a little bit of gold and a little bit of influence, so we cannot hire her yet, although I would definitely like to add to my troop. And we're just going to depart. We're not going to look for quests or anything. Now, as you depart, you're going to see that there are many, many, many people that come through town. You can trade with them. You can choose to attack them. You can choose to do whatever you want. Hit M and open up our map. We can see that our first quest is over here, which is fine. But instead of that, we're just going to wander around the map until we find some resources, which we can use to build better equipment. So here we find a little bit of iron, it looks like. This will also help us. The more spots that you find, the more knowledge you gain. And we have our all-important first knowledge point that we have to get here in order to make ourselves a little more viable. So here we find a strange tuber, which is part of the scenario thing, but we'll go ahead and just pick it up because we can. There's some wood down here. Some sort of quest down there. Now we're going to find the old sawmill, which gives us a little bit more knowledge. We'll see what's going on there. And we can talk to these people. And they say, yes, these machines aren't working, but that's none of your business. You should focus on the disease affecting the vines instead of mercenaries. Move along, mercenaries. Our sawmill has no need of your services. Ah, are you mercenaries? Good, very good. Okay, so obviously these guys are up to no good. We don't know exactly what yet, but there is something we could pick back here, but we don't have a lock pick yet. So we'll remember to come back here and pick that lock. What do we got here? Some more mushrooms. Yep, we found some bandits who immediately attack us. 2 hoodlums, 2 poachers, our first fight. We can negotiate, which basically means we give them some money. But let's give it a shot. Now, the bad thing about having 2 spearmen is the way that they affect archers makes it really hard to fight archers. Archers or poachers, as they're called, I guess, are pretty easy to fight when you have melee people. But when you have melee people that push people away, it becomes a little bit harder. And we'll show you why. So combat. Combat has started. To start combat, you'll see these are the kind of order people are going to go in. And you can freely move people around to any square that you want up until the first time you act. So there's a stupid bear trap right in the way, which does not make me happy. So you click on a guy, hover over movement, you can see how far they can move, which is just out of range of there. These hoodlums are going to be dangerous too. So I think we're just going to have to take some archer shots. If you ever want to know what they can do, you can see he does 3 to 6 damage and knocks people back. And he does 5 to 6 damage and applies poison. One way I like to do it is to see who's going to go first, which means this guy, and wonder, can I kill this guy before he goes with my 2 guys? I don't know if I can. I might be able to. But another thing you can kind of do is to look and see what actions you have. So we're going to do 4 to 5 damage. And additional 50% because he has armor. So we'll do like 6 points of damage. And then we got to get this guy up to here to take out these poachers. These poachers are going to be a pain. There's 2 of them and I don't have any way to kind of keep them locked in combat. Because you see I have Impale. 2 of my guys have Impale, which deals 4 damage to the target and knocks them back, but doubles the damage if it's used from a distance. The big thing is that it knocks them back. So unless they're up against terrain or another person, they're going to keep getting knocked back and outside of melee. Now, if they're in melee, poachers can't do anything other than punch you. So they're easy pickings. But we're going to do what we can here. I think the best thing, and I'm going to make sure our archer can eventually get a shot off. Okay. I don't want this guy to get bogged down, and I definitely don't want him to be the only one being attacked. He does have taunt, which will weaken one of them. So I guess the real question is, what can we do here? And I think the answer is, I'm a little worried about him pushing him outside of range, but I guess we can just try to tackle him and then weaken him, and then he takes a bunch of attacks. That's probably fine. Alright, here's what we're going to do. And like I said, my guys right now are not strong. They all got really crappy armor. But anyways, he goes first. So let's immediately move in, and engage. I wish it had squares so you could see better. Because sometimes you're like, am I going to... Like, if I run here, am I going to hit this? I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know. So instead, we'll just move right to here. We will pound him. Aha, you found him. Now, we're engaged. When they're engaged, a few good things happen. Well, first of all, you can see there's two swords above their heads. That means they're engaged in combat with each other. They can't leave that combat without occurring attacks of opportunity from one another. Attack of opportunity is actually pretty simple. They do 100% of strength or dex damage to you. So if I left this guy right now, I would take 8 points of damage, which is a lot, actually. It's actually more than he does for damage. But I'm going to weaken him, though. I'm going to taunt him, which weakens him. He uses one of my 2 Valor points, which I have a hard time getting right now, but I'll be able to get eventually. But also, if you click on him, you can see that he does damage, 50% less damage. So, there you go. So he has Shoot, which is 5 to 8 damage. But I think I'd really like to get over to support him, but I can't quite do that. So we'll just try to... Support is a combat thing. So that should do 8 damage. Pushes him away a little bit. He'll move ahead a little bit. So he only did 2 points of damage. He did poison me, which sucks, but... Yeah, Dave's going to take a lot of damage because of these poachers, unfortunately. So what we want to do... See, he's against terrain, so that didn't actually push him back. I do want to try to move back, because this guy is supported now. And when he's supported... He should be supported. Why is he not supported? Oh, because he's not engaged in combat. If he engages him, he gets the supported, because he has 2 people next to him helping him out. Let's move back to here, and we'll see if we can't get lucky here and max crit this guy for max damage. We cannot, but we do some decent damage. He moves up, does attack. You can see he is supported, which means that he gets less damage, right? 20%, I think. Dave takes another vicious hit, but at least now we are kind of set up. Let's see who goes first. The hoodlum goes first. So, I don't have to work... So I want to kill this guy before he can go again. I also want Dave to be able to engage one of these guys. So what's going to be the best thing to do? We actually want to engage this guy first, too. I don't know that we can. Alright. So he does have Wrath, which does 6 points of damage, so we might... we can't take this guy out. Well, maybe we can. No, but I can dictate who the attack goes to, right? Well, then I can't use Wrath. What do you have for an ability? He's got the heal, which is good. Okay. So this guy needs to die first. This guy will engage whoever's closest. Which I'd really like to be probably this guy. Then we can get Dave around to fight him. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. We kill him. I don't think this does an engagement. I don't know if this is considered engagement or not. I guess we're going to find out, huh? It doesn't matter. We can't wrath them. Oh, that's right. I can't wrath. Okay, but that's okay. Move him over to here. point of poison damage. I want him to get here, engage here. Oh no, I gotta go over that trap for that. That sucks. Okay. See, here's my problem. I'd love for him to get up here, but... see, this is why I wish there were squares. I can't fit in there. And if I push him away, I would like to go here. But I don't think I can make that move. Okay. You know what will work, I think? Oops. I want to be slightly away from him to deal maximum damage. And then we go ahead and move up like this. And he should engage there. Yeah. Good deal. And this just rounds out who the damage is being done to. So then I can move him up to here. Engage this archer. And now that archer is pretty much effectively out of combat unless he can be pushed back by his friend. Here we'll go ahead and shoot this guy. Now one thing about shooting or range attacks is you can see that you can hit cover. So if you're standing a little bit behind your friend, you might have a chance to hit your friend. Unless you're standing adjacent to your friend, then you're just kind of shooting over their shoulder and everything's fine. Ooh, nice damage. So this guy's got to punch me. He only does 1 point of damage because he cannot disengage. This guy runs away. He'll probably shoot Dave 2, which is fine. Dave 2 is out of armor. He is now getting into his hit points. Let's see who goes first. It's this archer, which we don't care about. Second is this guy, who we do care about. So let's try this. Let's shoot him. Move up here to support. He attacks, does 2 points of damage. Now one other thing that's important. You see, the game will automatically select like the nearest unit. You don't have to select that guy. You can select somebody else. And in fact, what's actually really nice here is that I can engage this guy and it doesn't push him back because he's against terrain. So now, oh no, he wasn't quite against terrain, was he? Crap. That's okay. Because I think he's against terrain now. Yep, he is. I actually screwed that up a little bit. I could have moved him over slightly in order to get a surround bonus, which does additional damage to them. I don't think I need to weaken him. I don't need to use my last point. These points come back after you rest, but if you never know when you're going to rest, you never know when you're going to get them. So we can take a look here. You see, if I shoot here, I have a 100% chance of hitting the guy. If I take a step back and shoot, I have a 79% chance of hitting him, a 21% chance of hitting my friend. So it's always good to be directly shooting over somebody's shoulder if you can. Oof, and that critted and got the kill, and we get galvanization. Usually galvanization when your morale's high enough, usually it's after you kill enough people, but if you have good high morale people, then that doesn't really matter. Galvanization is double damage is increased by 50%. So if I do this, you can see that did 10 points of damage without crits. Now she gets to punch my guy back, does 1 point of damage. So most of this game revolves around the tactical ability to kill people. And we got a nice little end note punch to the face there. End of combat, all your guys' hit points come back, all their statuses go away. What doesn't come back is their armor. Gotta repair that. We do get to loot. We get 3 cloth, 32 crowns, and we don't eat people yet, so we don't take the people. And we're good. I'm going to immediately pause and take a look at my group. See, we got 79 out of 200 experience, 109, 143, and 176. I'm not exactly sure why some people got more. We should test that to see exactly why there is, but we'll eventually. I have not gotten that. I'm not going to repair my guys right now because you can eventually. I don't know exactly what this is. It looks like some sort of quest or something. But I don't really want to deal with it right now. We get some. I think this is comfrey over here. go pick up another tuber, because I think these are worth something because of the scenario. They are heavy though. If you look at my inventory, they start to add up. And we find a windmill here. A couple people standing in the windmill. Neat says, I bought this mill and I own the girl. Sometimes I miss the atmosphere. Oh, he tells you all about the arena. Go fight in the arena, he says. And the slave says, yes, I was part of the windmill. We can steal this wheat. I don't really... This does give us the profession of thief. We don't really need that right now. I would like... Yeah, I definitely need a ranger of some sort to be my other guy. Oh, my group is overtired. Okay, so here's our first camping experience. Rest. You can rest at the campfire. What this does is it basically recharges this meter, and you can make things. You can... I do have to put a few people... Let's put wrong. He's my... No, wait. I don't have a tinkerer yet, but this, he's not going to be a blacksmith at the end, so I'll make him a temporary tinkerer. We'll send our temporary tinkerer over here, and we can have him make things. So, like, we need lockpicks because we saw that place that needed lockpicks. We can craft 2 lockpicks, and we get a first craft bonus. We get a knowledge point. We'll deal with that in a second. There's no danger level here. We just got to feed our people. Alright, our maximum valor points increased by 1 because people were next to the camp. Actually, I don't know why. Alright, so let's check to look our knowledge things. When you unlock things, you get ability to unlock stuff. So here's stuff we can make. Every time we make one that has these little icons next to it, means we get more knowledge points, or at least progress towards knowledge points. When it's time to upgrade our weapons, and we have these materials, we can go up, we can unlock these, make better weapons. Same thing with the apothecary. We can make medicine and such. But the first one you want is run, by far. This lets you move around the map a lot easier, the overhead map. So this should definitely be your first one. It just makes the game a lot easier to play. So instead of moving this speed, I get to move this speed. Can't do it the whole time. Let's just go see what these guys are doing. We're looking for a woman named Sanka Bale. She owes our client a large sum of money. I hope for her sake she has enough to pay up. She's in so deep she'll be sold off as a slave. Okay. I could choose to attack them, but I don't have that really. I don't even know what that's about yet, so we'll wait a little while. Alright, and since the first video game? Of course it's a video game. This is sometimes where I run into bugs. So we're going to roll into here. Remember these guys? We don't know what's going on with them, but apparently they don't really care if I use a lockpick. So we're going to do that. No, I don't have a thief yet, so let's change. He's going to be our blacksmith. He's either going to be our tinkerer or alchemist. He's currently a tinkerer. So I guess this doesn't really help, but he gets to be a temporary thief. We get to play the let's open the thing minigame. So there are 2 locks here. You gotta be careful not to break. We don't have a lot. You just kind of rotate it. When you feel some pressure against, you let go. Alright, it's our last lockpick, I think. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. You can always make a camp real quick. You don't have to camp to make this stuff. You can just make a lockpick. It should have kept this. Yeah, it's still down to 1. Alright, it's right around it. Ah, it's like right there. Ah, alright. Well, so much for getting some easy early loot. Let's take off. We can look through the woods for some new stuff. There's some boar right there who we could fight. It's probably a good time to fight some boar. Let's go ahead and repair our equipment. Each of this repairs takes a little bit of our raw material, but it'd be good to have these boars, I should say. That's their field of view. You can kind of get around them here, and then there's 6 level 1 boars. Because we took them by surprise here, I think we get like a 10% increase in damage for them, which shouldn't be super relevant, but you never know. Okay, so we are fighting boar. Fortunately, we're kind of stuck between them, and there's not a whole lot of we can do, but let's take a look. That guy goes first, that guy goes second. Usually, when there's more spaces on the map, it'll be easier to figure out what you want to do. Let's check out their movement. These boars have good movement, so oh, this guy can almost... Okay. You know what? This guy is not going to be able to attack any of my boys. So he's going to be able to skip his first turn. And then him, and then him. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So let's move over to here. Get a good stabbing in. And move back a ways. He had the added bone. Oh, he couldn't. Okay. Well, that sucks. I didn't see that he was, it was my guy that was blocking his movement. Which kind of sucks, but oh well. Alright, is there anybody else we can make avoid an attack? Nope, this guy gets there no problem. This guy can get anywhere. This does not move him back. Trying to decide. I guess we could Wrath, right? Oh yeah, we did get 1 extra Valor point for that last camping trip. Okay, so I think Wrath might work here. Actually, I'm not positive. No. Oh, we can Taunt though. So what Taunt does is it takes away the attack from him and weakens him and does the attack there, which is good. Means he can disengage and deal some damage from a distance now. He goes, then he goes, and then he goes. Can he move everywhere? Yeah, unfortunately. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I can move up here, do some stabby stabs. Fortunately, they gain Fury when you kill somebody. It increases their next attack by 50%. I think I'll move here to try to support him. He is going to take a few... Adam's going to take a few attacks. Luckily, these boars aren't doing super damage. That was the Fury one, though, I think. For here... I guess we'll see if we can get the kill. No, but he is supported for now, so I'll take that. This guy might actually be stuck here now that boar moved there. Oh no, he can get all the way around, can't he? Damn. I didn't see any spears this game either. A lot of times you'll find spears laying around the battlefield, which is kind of free damage, so let's see. That boar's next, and then that boar, and then that boar. Alright, so we need to take some pressure off everybody. I think the easiest way to do that... There's no easy way to do that. This doesn't deal damage. This pushes back. So the problem is if I kill him, they get Fury. Although what I can do is I can Wrath. Oh no, who's got Wrath? He's got Wrath. Damn. He might be able to... less than 50% health, so... How much damage are they doing? 2 to 3. Okay, so we could take some hits. Ideally, we'd like them to not take hits, but we could take some hits. So if he kills him, he can then move in and taunt. I can move him to there. That supports him, and then... yeah, that should work, I think. It does give them fury, though, which sucks. Now we can move here. Wait. Ah, crap. It's this guy that goes next. Now what are you going to do? Then we can taunt here. Him, and then him, and then him. Okay. So... that does support him. So he's supported now, which is nice. He's going to take some damage. We don't do as much damage here, but what we can do... Let's do this. We can knock him back. That disengages him. And then we can move over to here. Maybe the archer can take an attack. I think they all support each other, which is kind of nice. I think he's supported. Let's double check. Or not. Wait. Huh. Okay, we have to attack him. Okay, now we should be able to do a little bit more maneuverability. Our archer's engaged. We'd like our archer to not be engaged. We do have Wrath available. Not sure we want to use it. Kind of stuck there. Let's do this. Attack here. Get the kill. There's Fury, of course. And we'll move to here to block his advance, because we want our archer to be able to attack, to move. Take our little spear guy, push him there. Ah, I could have wrath there. I missed that. And you're gonna go, and then you're gonna go. That gets a good kill. He's got all the armor left, so I'm happy to have he can take attacks. Excuse me. And this is the good thing about having two spearmen, is when they support each other like this, like one can push off the other one like this, and they can keep each other out of melee. So that guy gains fury, but we also remain surrounded. And do we get galvanization? Galvanization, I didn't check. We did. So 50% and 70% increase to your damage. Alright, good fight. I might have taken an injury there. We did. A-dubs leveled up but also got an injury. So we get 18 pristine fangs. Hang on to those. We get 6 carcasses, 2 pork, 2 grease, 2 leather. We loot it all. We're still under our max capacity, which is good. And we'll get out of here. We'll deal with this injury once we get back. Let's see what it is anyways. He got a sting. Strength and dexterity reduced by 30. Now, you can use the medicine you have, but it's a lot better to make it at or buy it at the apothecary. Although we haven't made any yet, so we should probably make one. Although we don't have the raw materials for it. Never mind. Anyways, And then repairing stuff is pretty cheap if you go to the forge. That way you don't use the materials that you have. See, it's 20 to repair everybody, which is not that bad. We should see if there's anything we can make here. Yeah, we're close to being able to make some rags. If we can get one more leather, we can make some rags. And you want to make the basic stuff because that gives you some of these experience points. Can't make that. I have no snow iris, so we will just pay this guy probably. No, what? Oh, I can ask him about the strange tuber. Hey, have you seen this strange tuber? I don't know. Something's weird. I'll buy it off if you find any more. Cool, I have another one. Wait, did you take both of them? You bastard, you took both of them. Well, because there's a quest involved, I guess this guy will not let me, he will not heal me for money. So instead, I will just use my own medicine. And let's go see if there's any leather in here. Like one piece. Do not have leather, damn. Alright. That makes it easy. Not a whole lot we can do here. We can level up one of our guys. There is an issue with the level up process right now. The game scales based on your highest level guy. So I'm going to level this guy up to 2. I'm going to be fighting level 2 guys for a long time with mostly level 1 guys. Which kind of sucks, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. So I get an aptitude point, which means I can add any of this stuff. I get a +1 movement, +1 willpower, or +2 crit. That sucks. Those are not good. You want, obviously, your primary or something like that, but this was a bad roll. But I will take the movement, I guess. I think movement is one of the underrated abilities here. We also get our specialization. We can then make them Valorous Audacity. Every time the unit ends their turn next to an enemy and is not engaged in combat, you gain 1. Spearmen never wants to end their turn next to an enemy. Every time the unit gets a kill, they gain 1. That's useful. Every time the unit ends their turn next to an ally and is not engaged in combat, you gain 1. That one I like, especially if they can sit together and be like a pair. So I'm going to take that. Next level, we get to choose between their specialty class: Harpooner, Herald, and Pikeman. And as you can see, they all have their own. We can Vanguard, Smasher, Destroyer. Rods are the Hunter, Beastman, Infantry. I don't think we still have enough to hire that guy, do we? Let's take a look. It was her, right? Yeah. Huh. Well, could hire her. We'd then have to make about 90 gold in the next day. I think we can do that. I think it's going to be good to have an extra person. And besides, I want somebody with extra dex. That's dex based. Alright. You're here. Good job. Let's rename you. You're Amy. Good job. She also has Wrath, so she's going to be a damage dealer. I'm going to make her into an awesome damage dealer. Strong doesn't really matter, like I said. I guess it increases critical damage, but most of her stuff is based on dexterity. So, you are going to be my new thief. So let's turn him back into a blacksmith. Or is it my tinkerer? Alright, so I guess it depends if we want the extra damage or the extra critical hit. And honestly, I think the critical hit would be good, right? Yeah, because if we do super damage, we can make him into a kind of a crit person. In which case, we have our blacksmith, our you can be for now our thief, I guess. You see how they lost all experience for that, so. Alright, let's go make some money. And we are going to be doing our best to put together money for a while. Let's see what these guys have. They have a leather piece. I could definitely use that leather piece. Could run back and make some rags real quick. Let's do that. Oh, I don't have 5. Alright, how do you feel about apples? No. Man, I got very little to sell. Don't like selling food. I guess this is the best. Alright, now we're gonna run back. Oh no. Is it really time to rest? Ah, crapola. Well, now we have a lot less time. You can assign these people around to do their things. So every person you assign around the campfire gives you an additional happiness. Eventually we can make like a cookie pot and a tent and other things that give you other bonuses as you assign them. I don't think there's anything you can make, right? I can make a torch. Sure. Torch is interesting, I'll show you why. So we get our first craft bonus, which is one thing we really wanted to do it for. But also, increases your critical hit chance by 3. So just by holding a torch there, her critical hit goes up by a bunch, which is nice. And we're going to pay for food. Oh, actually, I should be using this stuff first. I don't have the ability to make, like, leather. And this stuff's really expensive. It's 2 each. Not expensive, but it weighs a lot. Excuse me. Okay. So let's run back and make some rags real quick. That way we can kind of show you the mini game for this stuff. Oh no, I sold cloth. I meant, fuck me. I'm so bad. I turned my cloth into a torch. I don't think they sell cloth here, do they? Oh, they do. Alright, never mind then. We'll go ahead and sell this stuff for some cloth. And then back down to here. Now, here is the forging minigame. The main reason I just want to make these rags is because I get... Man, do we not get a knowledge point for doing these rags? I don't remember. Well, let's do it anyways. The forge is going to come up. It's going to glow red, and then it's going to metal sparks. And if you hit at the right time, you can make a superior item. Do it 3 or 4 times, you make a superior item. Wow, that is a superior item. It's a plus 13 armor, and it has 3 slots. I've never actually seen 3 slots. We got a first craft bonus, which gives us a new recipe, reinforced battle plate. Let's take a look at that. Reinforced battle plate is heavy armor. Cool. Unlocks that. I mean, unlocks the ability to learn that. But if you look at this armor we just made, like we're rocking 8s and 5s and 8s and 8s. So I'm gonna give my defender this 13, and this is 3 layer slots, which are pretty cool. Layer slots can give like +2 strength and +1 dex and stuff like that. I've actually never seen 3. It's really good. We'll put our other guy who's usually going to be in combat. We'll give him, actually, does everybody else have 8? I think everybody else has 8. Yeah, so we just upgrade Ron's a little bit. Actually, hers is probably 5. Yeah, she's more likely to be in combat, so we'll give it to her. There we go. And we don't need to lug this around, so we can sell it for 10 gold, which is pretty good. I feel we might be stealing something to make payroll this week, but that's okay. We got a little while to work. We found some mushrooms, so we got that going for us. There's more boars if we want them. There's some wolves. You there! If you're inclined, can you give us a hand? If you're just louding about bearing away, we'll make do without you. Yeah, I'll help. Oh, I can... I can attack them. That's pretty sweet. You do get a wanted. All the guards go after you. It slowly goes down, but no, we'll help attack the wolves. We get 20... There's 5 wolves. We get 20 of this stuff. Maybe we'll get some meat off them and some fur and stuff, or some leather.
So we got a whole province to explore. Once we get done with the main quest line, we do all the other stuff, then we can move on to the next province. But for the time being... Oh yes, okay. So during these like joint missions, I guess, like if this captain dies, we lose. And he also has this cool thing, which gives leaders, our movement is doubled. As long as he's not engaged in combat, all his allies, including us, their movement is doubled. So that's going to be great. We're going to deal with that. It's also going to be great that it looks like we can control the battlefield a little bit better. Let's see who goes first. It's this wolf, okay? And then that wolf. So let's put the foot soldier there. This will be our guys. Okay. And I can show you this whole spear thing here. He's got a high strength, right? So this spear throw is based off strength. As part of your movement, look at our movement. My movement's huge because of this guy. Anyways, because of our movement, we move forward. We're going to throw this spear here. Does 8 points of damage for free, basically. Move forward some more. Stab him in the face. And we should move out a little bit too, because we can. Now, does he have... Is he the guy who leveled up? He did not level up. Okay, so you can just hang out there. This wolf got mad, but not mad enough. Came and attacked us. It did run over a spear, or a trap, which is nice. This wolf is next. Probably going to go over here, which is fine. And then this wolf. Oh, this is actually the foot soldier, so I don't mind that at all. He's going to go there and engage. So I'm actually going to use this guy, I think. Spear throw here. Yeah, ha ha ha. Move forward and stab. And we'll move back. I'm trying to get them to engage here. And I'll show you why in a sec. Oh no, he went back for Adam, or for Dave too. Why'd you do that? Attack this foot soldier. Alright, brand new armor. Okay, so I want that guy to go next. This guy should finish him. Yeah, that's fine. Just go ahead and pound him out. So he moves, and he should move and engage my archer, or my spearman, which is fine. And that allows us to use her. Now, she has stab, which does increase critical chance by 30% when in ambush. And I was going to do it here, but it makes more sense to do it here, I guess, because her damage is 6 to 7. No, it's fine. I'll show you. So ambush means attacking from behind when they're engaged. So they're engaged here, ambush here. Her crit chance will go up to 42%, which is pretty good. I don't know if that was a crit or not, but it doesn't really matter. Move back up here to get in range for the next attack. Ooh, there's going to be an attack there. And this guy has yet to go. I imagine he'll get a decent attack. He'll go over and hit Adam. Once you get through your armor, I think there's a percentage chance increase that they do damage. Or they take an injury. Yeah, he does good damage. Archers do good damage, especially with spearmen. Archers and spearmen do good damage after they level up a little bit. I think I can afford this shot, right? Oh, minimum damage is the only thing that would have stopped that from doing. That's too bad. That's too bad. Alright, let's see who's next. This guy, and then this guy. But I kind of waste this guy if I don't kill him, so I think I'll just do this. I'm not going to use any Valor points. I don't think I need them, quite frankly. Moving him over to here will do the surround ability. And he gets to move and attack with his good attack, so... Yeah, 16 damage is really good. Alright, next attack is you, so we're going to try to do the whole stab you in the back thing. I don't think that was a crit, though. That's okay, though. move over to here. And you can see they can freely disengage. I could hit him with a torch strike. It would kill him. Well, no, but it might start my next guy on fire, which is not a good thing. Come on, guys. He's gonna miss by 1 again, isn't he? No, I'm good. Let's say that would be bad. Oh, I got him engaged because I moved away from him thinking that he had an easy kill. All right, decent fight. I think we get limited rewards, but that's okay. We do get the 3 leather, we get the wolves, we get the carcass, we can loot them all. Dave leveled up. Yeah, I know. I guess that was... Oh, the guard ward. Oh, yeah. I never actually seen the guard being attacked by wolves. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. So we got some stuff to move along. We're going to head south here. There's a lot more stuff. Let's go ahead and level Dave up before we do that, though. Hopefully he gets a good strength roll. I guess I'd be fine with con, too. He got strength, con, and double willpower. I mean, he is going to be our defender, right? Let's see. He does also get his specializations. So the Vanguard gives him Relentless Charge. I don't like that one. Smasher gives him Poisoned Impact. Deals 8 damage to all units in the area and applies 2 poison to bleeding units. Or Destroyer gives him Weakening Blow. Does 6 to 7 damage and applies Weak for 3 rounds, which reduces their damage. And also gives him Heavy Armor and Con +5. Okay, so we're going to make him a Destroyer because that's the best defensive one we could take. Right? His con goes up 5. And since his con went up 5, I'm going to increase his strength a little bit. And I think that's a good level up for him. Alright, we got a lot more to do. We got this whole western part to explore. We're going to try to work our way around. I think there's a mine over here. We're going to do some mining. And we're going to go try to take out La Pana's squad and get some easy money before we got to pay everybody in a few hours. But that's going to be it for the first video. We'll be back next time. See you in just a little bit. Bye.